You can see that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I usually print mine out. I just like to have a copy of mine next to my computer with me because so I'm home with my littlest all day and I've got to get kids and I'm here and there. So I think for me it helps me to I can get started and check off the things I've done in the earlier morning hours, and then if there's craziness happening, then I can always come back later and say, okay, I did this, I did that, and be able to wrap up my evening. And before I go to bed, I just make sure that the whole thing is filled out for that day. And then I've done all the things that I need to do, and I just feel that much better when I go to bed at night. So that's my method. But you certainly could keep it up on your computer, and if you prefer to use it as far as check marks or typing stuff in, if you're more of a technical person and that's easier for you, then that's completely up to you. And I do think this also, I have this in a spreadsheet too. Right now we're looking at it in a PDF form, but if you work better for some reason with Excel or something, I can give you that format as well. So pretty much I've got a new one that I print out for myself every week. And I don't really fill my name out because I know who I am, but you can do that if you want. But I do keep the week in there, and I do write my current rank, and then sometimes I do write my goal in there for where I want to be and where I want to get and the date that I want to get there. So I'll keep them, in a stack or in a pile for a couple weeks in a row, just so I can look back. If I have any notes I've been taking during the week, I've jotted those down and what have you. So you'll see at the top, underneath all this, it gives you the phone number for the National Wake Up Call, which is every Monday, and it's the same phone number all the time. So like if you have your cell phone or you're away or whatever, you can actually save it in your contacts and be able to dial that at a moment's notice if you can't be there, at your computer or something and you're on the road. And so it's every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and they always record it. They're roughly about 30 minutes long, but they are always recorded. So if you can't make the live call, set a time every week that you're calling into the recording, and you can, like I said, bank on it being 30 minutes, so you know that roughly if that's your commute or if that's a trip to somebody's house that you go to or what have you, you can always call in. And the recorded number is not on here, but that is always the same too. And I can post that, or you can find that in your online office as well, that recorded number. Additionally, when you go in your online office to listen to the recording, if you are at your computer, there's a place where you can just push play, and it will play from your computer, and you can listen to it out of there. If you're sitting on your computer or working and you want to just hear it in the background versus your phone. So you have those two options there for that phone call. So you've got your days of the week, and it starts on Thursday because that is when our new week starts. Ranks change on Thursday, and we get paid Thursday mornings if you have direct deposit. So the week basically ends on Wednesday, and so that's why it's set up from Thursday to Wednesday on this sheet.
Megan, I'm so sorry. Is there any way, I guess I'm not seeing the whole sheet on here. I'm just seeing like the top right hand or top left hand corner. I don't know
uh,
if there's a way to kind of move it to the left. Yeah.
let's see here.
I can see the column that says daily activity, but you can't see anything to the right of that.
Past that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there's a view, different view.
Or Zoom. Mm-hmm.
Is that any better?
No, it's still showing the same thing. I mean, I can get the gist of it because I'm looking at it in front of me. So.
Okay, because that's full screen. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's the view. I wonder if it's recording the same thing that you're seeing too.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see that first column anyway?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, because the rest of the days of the week are just after that. So I guess then, if as long as we're looking at, we know that every single day of the week is on there. That's the important part.
Right.
So the first one being proof of the products that work is basically drinking your Shakeology every day and working out every single day. Or if you have a rest day, my rest days are on Sundays. I do still tend to drink my Shakeology on Sunday, depending on what's going on. It'll be probably a different time of day, but so that's, more or less pretty self-explanatory there. I usually just check off the box. It's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning for me. So I work out and then drink my Shakeology post-workout. So unless it's that Sunday, then I just drink it in the afternoon or something. But then the second item is personal development. And this is basically listening to or reading 10, 15 minutes a day of a book of your choice or an audio of your choice. There's Success Magazine is in the online office, and there's basically unlimited audio and visual stuff to see and listen to there. I also have a list of personal development books in a document in our Team Inspire page. So if you go into the Files tab, you'll see a list of books that we've all kind of compiled, that we've read, that we suggest new coaches read. The other thing about personal development is it's individualistic. So if you are struggling in one area over another, that might be a specific personal development that you seek out. I know that there's a coach that always posts some really great motivational videos that I follow, and he's got daughters, and so he's always reading about books that have to do with being a good dad to little girls and stuff, in addition to his body business. So if you're looking to, get a specific area of your life better or different, that's, pretty much where that falls into. Right now, I'm reading John Maxwell, his leadership books, and that's kind of where I'm at if in my personal development right now. Stay connected with Coach Monthly, Breaking News, the National Wake Up Call, our team page. Pretty much, you want to make it a habit of going into the online office every morning or whenever your business hours are. That's pretty much another first thing that I do after I'm done working out. I'll get to my computer and be able to just check in to see if there's any new information, if I've gotten any, just any the breaking news that comes listed in there. Always checking into my team, different ones, the Dynamite and the Team on Fire, just seeing what's going on in general and just being connected to everybody else. You kind of need to stay on the up and up as far as if there's new promotions going on, if something's changed as far as ordering procedure or something that we need to know. That's where you'll find all that kind of stuff. Checking in with everybody, from time to time, that's kind of where that's at. Social media. So 3 posts a day are pretty much recommended on your Facebook page for the most part is what we're talking about. The idea behind the social media is that you kind of want to be in as many different areas as you feel comfortable with. I know that nobody is any one expert on one or another. I personally have, my own focus versus, somebody else that might prefer Twitter or Instagram. Everybody's different where that works, but Facebook is kind of where you want everybody to come back and see you at. So when we talk about having 3 posts a day on social media, for the most part it's Facebook. I do replicate some of my other social media areas too, but you want to talk about branding yourself when you do that. You're talking about any tips, any your workout that you did for the day. That's all. sorry, for the most part, you're just looking to be consistent, and that's really why. We talk about the 80-20 rule a lot, which means you want to not be Beachbody all day long. You want to maybe post one thing about Beachbody a day, or one thing about Shakeology a day, or something to that effect. And the rest should be about you personally and about what you're into, whether it's your family or your, a specific hobby that you like to do, fishing or knitting or whatever it might be. I also do have in the files tab in our team page a Facebook document and some really good training on Facebook 101 and social media 101 and do's and don'ts of setting up your like page and setting up your personal page so that you make sure that you're not, scaring away your friends and family right away when you get to become a coach, and just kind of understanding a little bit better on how you're portraying yourself, because I think that especially when you first get started, you're not sure how you're being viewed. I mean, I've made the mistakes when I first started where I was like Beachbody all day long, and it's like no wonder why people unfriended me. So that's pretty much where that lies, is you just want to make sure that you're active with your social media. I actually, I didn't bring it. I have a spreadsheet that I have created for myself, again, that I print out and I have next to me during the day, that I have strategically written different times of day down for my like page and my personal page, also Instagram, and I'm on MyFitnessPal. So I want to remind myself that I'm going to do quotes, I'm going to do a health tip or whatever, and I usually have my week printed out in front of me so that I'm not inundating it. I use Hootsuite to schedule my posts, so that helps me if I need to set up my week, or if I'm going away on vacation, or I know I'm going to be away for a weekend and I want to make sure that my posts get out there. I do scheduling, and I make sure that I've got that kind of all written out for myself. New contacts per day. This is basically, reaching out to 2 to 5 new people every single day. So, you want to be making sure that you're in conjunction with inviting and sharing what we're doing, reaching out to new people every single day. You want to be almost continually adding new friends to Facebook as often as you can. It's kind of your goal when you're in the other social medias, is to bring those people back. I'm posting a lot of motivation and inspiration. If you want, come follow me at my page or my personal on Facebook, that kind of thing. So making sure that you're doing that on a daily basis and being consistent with that is really what is going to, be the pillar to grow your business. If you are doing it sometimes and not every day, then you're going to get those highs and lows, and you're not going to be able to be steady and consistent and continue to grow. Same thing with inviting people to join your challenge group or your fit club. You want to pretty much be trying to invite 2 to 5 people every single day to join your group. If it's a challenge group, if it's a clean eating group, if it's an ab challenge, if whatever it is that you've got going on, you just want to make sure that you're constantly inviting people to come and join you in your fit club, what have you. So again, staying consistent with those invites is going to continually grow your business so that you won't get those ups and downs. So be, consistently growing on a daily basis. Learning about the business. And so basically this part is sending somebody an introduction to coaching, a webinar on coaching, or a Team Beachbody video, or talking to them, engaging with them on learning more about what it's like to become a coach. I have in the back office, as well as our team page, procedure and policy on how to talk to a customer and to bring them to the coach through the coach process. So if you need help on that invite process, we have that at your fingertips to use. It's very, very helpful. I've always been one of those people that hated having scripts and stuff, but one of the things that is really great about what their process is that you can curtail it to your individual needs and the person that you're talking to. So, you're basically taking that challenger that might have had some really great success in your challenge group and letting them know what more they can, their potential as they look to maybe become a coach. So pretty much inviting them to learn about the businesses, sending them the webinar, talking to them those first steps, finding out their goals, career goals, those kinds of things. And let's see, so follow up with customers, prospects, team, and so this is basically returning emails, Facebook messages. We have all set times of day where we work our business, and so pretty much you don't need to go back into your Facebook or your email continually all day long, because that will just be a waste of time. So pick one time a day that you go in and you follow up and you return calls and messages and be done with it, and then don't do it again until the next day. So that seems very simple and straightforward, but a lot of customers can get lost, and coaches will get lost just continually doing that all day long, because if you get a response, then you're likely to go and reply to them. I feel like if you're in a conversation with somebody about a challenge pack, or they're going to buy something that's different, you can continually have that chat with them. But if you're returning somebody's email, don't keep checking your email, that kind of thing. Just go in once, follow up with your team and messages, and be done with that. Challenge groups, checking in with existing customers, so pretty much checking in with your challenge groups each day. I do this twice a day. I do it early in the morning, and then I'll do it again probably about midday, because about lunchtime you start to get some people posting food and things like that, and then depending on a time change, they might be working out at later in the day, for me anyway, on the East Coast. So checking in with your challengers, making sure that you're following up with them. If they had any questions about their order or Shakeology or any specific that they needed their attention, you're making sure that you're checking in with your customer. And then your team, connecting with your team. I make it a habit of also going into my team page and either posting something to you guys, or something maybe that I've found out that I want to share with you or get your feedback on. I also find myself posting in my my other teams, Dynamite, and a few other groups that I'm in with different team rankings, and just asking them general questions about a struggle that I might be having with a customer, and getting their experience because they have been at it a little bit longer than me or something. Connecting with your team, making sure that you're on the team call every Tuesday for us, as far as that goes, at 9 p.m. Eastern. Monday nights are the Team Dynamite webinar at 9 Eastern time, and then Wednesday night is the Team on Fire call, again at 9, and they usually have some pretty good guest speakers. And again, they're all recorded, so if you can't make the live time, then you can always go in and listen later. I make sure to try to be as live as I can, but if I can't, then I always make sure to schedule myself when I'm going to listen, because if the week gets away from me, I know myself, I won't go back and listen to a bunch of phone calls the following week. That's just not how I can do it. It'll be too much. I'll be overwhelmed. I won't like that. So scheduling that time, again, they're like a 30-minute cap is the most they ever are, if not less. And so you can kind of bank on that time. I have the 30 minutes now, I'm going to call in, or that what you're doing during the week, you can make that time. So then at the bottom, they just give you a list, lines to follow up with. I don't really tend to use the bottom because I have a whole nother spreadsheet that I am following on a daily basis. As far as my follow-ups go, I also use a CRM to give myself reminders that go off that I make also a habit to go into on a daily basis. So there's different ways that you can work it. Definitely you want to create your day according to your needs, what you've got going on, what's going to work best for you. But going through and having this checklist is huge. I will tell you that when I started off coaching, I was using the checklist, and then I thought, okay, I got this. I'm going to make my own checklist, and I'm going to put it in my phone, and that's how I'm going to do things. And I would say a few months went by, and I couldn't figure out why I was struggling, and just having a lot of trouble, and the reminders were piling up on my phone, and that was bothering me because the thing would be dinging all the time. And so I decided, you know what, after I had gotten into another training, they said they were forcing us to post our business activity tracker. And I was like, oh man, I have to go do this again, right? So I forced myself to do it because I wanted to excel in the training, and lo and behold, I was forgetting half of the things that were on the list. So from then on, I have made sure to print it out. Every Sunday I print it out, I think a couple of them anyway, and I make sure that I fill them in completely. About once a week, I think I try to post to our group so that you guys can see how far along I am or what I'm doing, so that that even though I might be the team leader for some of you guys, that I'm still doing the same daily activities as you are. And this is just basically how we're going to get from one place to the next, by being consistent and growing our business this way. So what questions do you have at this point?
None at this point. I mean, I think this tracker's very helpful and very to the point. So, yeah, I can't think of any pertaining to this right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know. And it's only a few minutes before 9, so that's good. Okay. Well, let me stop sharing the screen.